Don't watch this alone. I regret it. I need you to do something before I start. Look around you. No, seriously, look behind you. Check the corners, the door, the window. Because if you're alone right now, you might not be for long. I wasn't. And the worst part? I thought I was just watching something harmless, something random, something forgettable. I was wrong. Let me explain this properly. This didn't start as some horror story. No haunted house, no creepy forest, no strange neighbor watching me through the blinds. It started with something stupid, a video, just a random late-night scroll. You know how it goes. You're lying in bed, lights off, phone glowing in your face. One video turns into 5, 5 turns into 20, and before you know it, it's 2:47 a.m., and your brain feels like static. That was me, that exact night. I remember the time because I checked it when things started getting wrong. 2:47 a.m. That number still makes my chest tighten. I wasn't even looking for anything scary. Just background noise, something to fall asleep to. Then I saw it. No thumbnail, no title, just a black screen with a single line of text. Don't watch this alone. I should have ignored it. I know that sounds obvious now, but in that moment, it felt like a challenge, like it was calling me out. So I tapped it. At first, nothing happened. Just a black screen, no sound, no movement. I almost clicked off. Then, a voice, soft, close, too close. You shouldn't be alone. I paused the video, sat up, looked around my room. Everything was normal. Door closed, window locked, fan spinning slowly above me. I even laughed a little, like, okay, cheap trick. I hit play again. The screen was still black. But now there was a faint sound, breathing, slow, uneven, like someone trying not to be heard. Then the voice came back, clearer this time. You didn't check behind you. I froze. I hadn't told anyone I was alone. I hadn't typed anything. There were no comments on the video, no description, nothing, just that voice. And somehow, it felt like it was talking directly to me. I turned around, slowly, heart pounding louder than the fan. There was nothing there. Of course there wasn't. Just my door, closed, exactly how I left it. But something didn't feel right anymore. You know that feeling? When your brain says everything is fine, but your body disagrees? That's what it felt like. I turned back to my phone. The screen had changed, still dark, but now there was text. White, flickering. Too slow. My stomach dropped. I didn't touch anything, didn't scroll, didn't tap. And then another line appeared. Sit still. I wish I could tell you I closed the video right there. I didn't. Because at that point, it didn't feel like a video anymore. It felt aware, like it knew I was watching. Like it was waiting for me to react. And the worst part? I couldn't look away. The breathing got louder, closer, like it had moved from wherever it was to right next to me. I even checked my headphones. They weren't plugged in. The sound was coming straight from the phone speaker, but it didn't sound like it was coming from the phone. It sounded like it was behind me. Then the voice whispered, Don't move. I stopped breathing, not by choice. My body just locked. Then, good. That's when something tapped my door. 3 times, slow, deliberate. I live alone. No roommates, no late-night visitors. No one who would knock like that at almost 3 a.m. I stared at the door, waiting, hoping it was nothing. Then, another 3 knocks, same rhythm, same force. And the voice on my phone said, "That's not for you." My brain couldn't process that. What do you mean, not for me? It's my door, my apartment, my space. But then the voice continued, "Stay quiet, and it might go away." Now I had a choice. Open the door, or listen to whatever this thing was. And I don't know why, but I listened. I stayed completely still, didn't make a sound, didn't even swallow. Silence. Then worse. The knocking stopped. For a moment, everything was quiet again. Too quiet. Then, I heard something on the other side of the door. Not knocking, not walking, scratching, slow, dragging, like something was trying to find a way in. At this point, I wasn't thinking clearly anymore, because the video was still playing, still running, still watching me, and then it said something I'll never forget. "Now it knows you're here." My phone screen flickered again. The black background faded into something else, a hallway, dark, narrow, familiar, too familiar, because it wasn't just any hallway, it was mine. Same carpet, same light flickering at the end, same picture frame slightly tilted on the wall. I've lived there for 2 years. I know every inch of that hallway, and somehow, it was on my screen. The camera in the video started moving. Slowly, like someone walking. Step by step, closer to a door, my door. I looked up from my phone, at the real door in front of me. Then back down. The video showed a hand reaching out, long fingers, too long, gripping the handle. The voice whispered one last thing, "Don't let it in." And then, my real door handle moved. "If you're still here, don't relax yet," because that wasn't even the worst part. What happened after I opened that door is the reason I'm telling you this at all. Are you ready for part 2? Are you sure? Part 2. The handle moved, not a shake, not a test. It turned, slow, controlled, like whoever or whatever was on the other side knew exactly what it was doing. I didn't breathe, didn't move, didn't blink, and my phone, still in my hand, showed the exact same thing. That long, unnatural hand tightening around the handle, twisting it the same way. Perfectly synced. There was no delay, no difference, no way to explain it. What I was seeing on my phone was happening in real life at the exact same time. This is the part where people say, "I would have run." No, you wouldn't. Because fear like that doesn't make you run. It makes you still. It locks your body like you've been turned into something solid, something breakable. And all you can do is watch. The door creaked open, just a little, an inch, then 2, then enough for darkness to spill into the room. Not shadows, not the absence of light, something thicker, like the dark itself had weight. On my phone, the camera stepped forward, into the apartment, into my apartment. I could see the edge of my couch, the table, the exact angle of my room, but there was something wrong with it. Everything looked stretched, like reality was being pulled too tight. Then I heard it again, the breathing, not from the phone, not from outside, from inside the room, behind me. The voice came back, but this time, it didn't sound like it was coming from the video. It sounded like it was right next to my ear. Don't turn around. And right there, right in that moment, you think you know what you'd do. You think you'd listen, but your brain, your stupid, curious brain, does the opposite. Because not knowing is worse than knowing, even when knowing can destroy you. I turned, slowly, barely even moving, just enough to see behind me. Nothing, at first, just the wall, the faint shadow from the fan, the corner of the room. And then, something moved. It wasn't fast. That's what made it worse. If it had jumped out, if it had rushed me, I could have reacted. But it didn't. It unfolded, like it had been there the entire time, just waiting to be noticed. It didn't look human, but it wasn't completely not human either. Too tall, too thin, its arms bent in places they shouldn't, its head tilted slightly, like it was studying me, trying to understand what I was. And then, it saw me seeing it. The voice screamed, not whispered, not calm anymore, sharp, angry. You weren't supposed to look. My phone screen glitched. Hard, the hallway disappeared. The image tore apart like something corrupted, then it came back. But now, the camera wasn't in the hallway anymore. It was behind me. The screen showed my back, my room, my body sitting there, frozen, and behind me, that thing, closer than before. I dropped the phone. I didn't mean to. My hands just failed. Like my body finally remembered it could move, but not properly. The phone hit the floor. The screen cracked, but it didn't turn off. The audio continues. The voice kept going, calm again, too calm. You let it see you. Pause. Now it can stay. The rules revealed, too late. That's when I realized something. This wasn't random. This wasn't chaos. There were rules, and I had just broken one. Slow build, it approaches. I didn't want to look again. I didn't, but I could feel it. Closer now. Close enough that the air changed. You ever notice how the air feels different when someone is standing right behind you? Warmer, heavier, occupied. That's what it felt like, except this wasn't warm. It was cold. Wrong. The first contact. Then something brushed my shoulder. Light, barely there, but enough. Enough to confirm it wasn't in my head. Total fear. Every instinct in me screamed to run, but my legs didn't move. They wouldn't, like something had disconnected the signal. The phone becomes a window. The phone screen shifted again, still on the ground, still cracked, but now the camera angle changed, lower, looking up, and I could see it clearly. Full visual reveal, still restrained. Its face, no, not a face, something that tried to be one. Features in the wrong places, eyes that didn't align, a mouth that stretched too far, like it didn't understand limits. The entity speaks, And then it spoke, not through the phone, not as the voice, directly behind me. You're still watching. Mind-bending element. I didn't answer. I couldn't, but it didn't matter, because the phone answered for me. A distorted version of my voice came through the speaker. I can't stop. Identity fracture. That's when the real fear hit. Not fear of it, fear of losing myself. Because that voice, that wasn't a recording. It reacted. It changed tone. It sounded alive. The trap is revealed. The entity leaned closer. I felt it near my ear again. And it whispered. That's how it starts. I tried to move, forced my body forward, fell off the bed, hit the floor hard, scrambled for the door, the same door that had just opened, the same door that let it in. I grabbed the handle, pulled it open, ran into the hallway, and stopped. Because it wasn't my hallway anymore. It looked like mine. Same layout, same walls, but longer, too long, stretching further than it should. The light at the end flickered, but it never got closer. I turned back toward my apartment, but the door was gone. Just a wall, flat, unbroken, like it had never existed. Behind me, I heard footsteps, slow, patient, and the voice, now everywhere, said, "You shouldn't have opened it." And that's when I realized something worse than being trapped. I wasn't trying to escape anymore. I was being followed.